Expect to be picking the bike up and down a lot, work on getting your body weight lower, and also make sure that you can recover really quickly between sections. What I'm going to do in this video is show you exactly what you need to do to combat those three things at the next Kosciuszko Killer, so you can actually enjoy yourself and have a good time. So first thing that we mentioned was picking the bike up a lot. Okay, if you look at last year, it was very wet, very slippery. There was a lot of bikes going down, a lot of people falling off, a lot of getting up and then getting down and then getting up and then picking the bike up and dragging it around on the side of hills, over tires, everywhere. Absolute chaos. So to be able to be good at this, to be able to pick the bike up and down that many times, what you're doing is you're deadlifting 100 kilos or more. If your bike weighs 100 kilos, you're deadlifting most of that, if not more, if we're on the side of a hill, and add in the awkward angle and all the rest of it. You need to be strong. The stronger you can get yourself, the easier it's going to be for you to pick the bike up and down. The easier it is for you to do that, the less energy you're going to use every time you come off, okay, or every time you need to muscle the bike around. So how do we get strong? What exercises should you be doing? First thing that you need access to a weight bar, a squat rack, and some bumper plates. The reason we want to use weights is because this is the only way for us to get anywhere close to be able to move 100 kilos. There's no amount of bodyweight squats or push-ups that are going to get us strong enough to wrestle around a 100 kilo bike. So what type of exercises should you be doing here? So there's a few exercises that we can use, but the main ones that come to mind at the moment is we can do squats. So back squats is where we've got the bar on our back. Okay, we come out of the rack, we push our hips back, and then we bend with the knees. Okay, push our hips back, bend with the knees. We push our hips back, bend with the knees. That's movement one. Movement two that you can use is what's called a deadlift. We start from mid-shin, move to a standing position, like this. Movement three that we can use, upper body. Okay, we can start at the top of the knee, we pull into our belly button, it's called a bent over row. That's the third movement that we can use. Fourth movement that we can use is called an overhead press. So I'll try not to put the bar through the roof, but we want to extend our arms all the way up overhead, making sure that we're locked out, we're in one nice straight line. So the stronger we can get with those movements, the easier you're going to find it to be able to move around at Kosciuszko Killer. Second thing is get your body weight low, okay? I always see a lot of riders that are probably carrying a little bit more weight than what they should be, which isn't a problem. But if you want to be able to ride well and you want to make the event as easy as possible, if you're carrying an extra 10 or 20 kilos on your frame, that's 10 or 20 kilos you've got to try and move up and down hills. It's 10 or 20 kilos that you've got to carry around on the bike for 3, 4, 5 hours, okay? So 10 kilos is half a bag of cement. So, or it's one of these weight plates here. So imagine carrying one of these around with you for 3, 4, 5 hours on the bike. It's going to make things a lot harder. Might only seem like a small amount of weight, but you're holding it for an extremely long amount of time. So, get yourself lighter, okay? How do you get yourself lighter? Work on getting in what's called a calorie deficit. What that means is you need your body to be burning off more calories than what you're taking in through food. So if you're eating shitty quality food, you're probably going to get those calories in very, very quickly, and you're not going to feel very hungry. You are going to feel very hungry. Let me get that right. If you're eating a lot of shitty quality food, what's going to happen is when you're eating, they're full of calories and full of energy, but they don't fill you up, okay? And that makes you want to eat more. So if you can eat better quality food, fruits, meats, vegetables, they are much lower in calories, but you're also not going to eat as much of them because they fill you up much quicker. You can try also tracking your food, but the first thing I would do is cut out all of the shit and the processed stuff, start with the good quality stuff, and then go from there. Third thing that we want to do is we want to recover quickly between rides, okay? Between sections. Now, when you're out there on the track, some sections are going to be easy for you, some are going to be quite hard. Some are going to be very taxing, where you're not moving very fast, you're really wrestling the bike around, your goggles are fogging up, you can't see, and it's a bit of a disaster, and some sections are going to be quite easy. So what we've got is we've got sections of the track where you're going hard and you're exerting yourself a lot, followed by other parts of the track where it's a bit of a rest and recharge for you. So how do we train that? How do we train that in the gym off the bike? You can use a thing like a rowing machine, okay? You can use a treadmill, you can use an exercise bike. We want to do interval training. So an example of interval training could be a minute flat out on the rower, as hard as you can go, followed by a minute rest, and you might do that for 6 rounds, okay? You might do it for 12 rounds. The whole goal is we're getting your body comfortable at working at a very high heart rate, and then recovering quickly, and then being able to go back to a high heart rate again. And the reason that's important is because that's exactly what's going to happen at Kosciuszko Killer. You might go through a tough section of, say, like tires that you're trying to get over, and it's taking all of your effort, and then you might go through an easier rock garden, which is a little bit of a rest. Or maybe you're like in the space between sections, and that's your recharge time. So we need to get your body good at that. So they're the three things. Number one, you're going to be picking up your bike a lot. So get yourself a shit ton stronger, make the bike feel light. Second thing, get your body weight down so you're not carrying any extra weight. Even if you've got 5 kilos that you could lose, it's going to make all the difference over a 3, 4, 5 hour period. Third thing, make sure that you're recovering quickly between sections. And the way we do that is through doing some interval training. Get your body comfortable at working at a high heart rate by doing some interval work on some type of cardio equipment. If you'd like some help getting ready for either the Grassroots series or for Kosciuszko Killer, and you'd like all your training and eating mapped out for you, apply for my Faster Laps program below. Otherwise, hopefully you enjoy this video.